Hello, I'm hoping you'll go on a walk with me today. I really wanted to get back on and tell you where I've been the last month and a half. I know the last videos that I shared with you, I was really trying to let you in on my story, where it is that I've come from, how Explore Self and Soul came to be, really turning some painful moments in my life into purpose, into knowing what it is that I'm meant to do in this world. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be as transparent and honest as possible that so much was happening in my life the last month and a half. Not only was it really busy at my job, we were really planning for the biggest fundraiser of the year. And so that took a toll on me. I wasn't really sure what to expect in the process. And while it was so rewarding to be able to have the event happen and have the day come and the day go and just bask in what it is we were able to do, there was still a lot of stress that I could feel bottled up in my body. I still feel it, which is why I am so excited to be outdoors right now. It's probably one of the best ways that I can resource myself, and it's something that I would highly encourage any of you out there to do. If you are feeling restless, if you're feeling any kind of agitation, if you're just feeling the need to change your routine up, get outdoors, okay? It's going to change you. But anyways, over the last, like I said, month and a half, it's been kind of a whirlwind. And then on top of that, I chose to use the month of April to pursue a Whole30 lifestyle. And I wanted to do another round of the Whole30 because I could really tell a difference when I did it back in January, and how it just changed my energy. It changed my mood. It changed my body. It changed my skin. Like, there were so many benefits that I was seeing from the first round that I wanted to do it again. And so that also, it just takes a lot of efforts to plan your meals, go shopping, do meal prep, because that's the only way you're going to be successful at these types of plans and programs, is to prepare. And so adding on top of that, while I'm so incredibly grateful for changing this lifestyle, really wanting to have a focus and more awareness on my health, that in and of itself can just be a layer of energy that takes up a little bit of your capacity that you don't realize. And yeah, so I just kind of was going through a lot internally, I will say. While it's all been really wonderful and good, I have been in such a reflective kind of state recently where all I wanted to do is try to see how I can transform from the inside out. Does that make sense? So while I have wanted to change the things that I'm consuming, improve on a lot of things that I was consuming, I had to take a step back away from my business. And that's never something that I like doing, to be honest. But I know I needed to listen to myself. I needed to listen to just the guidance of my body and of the energy that I was working with, and because it's important for me to be intentional with my business, with my work, with these YouTube videos. This is one thing that is really weighing on me. And if I get emotional in this, it might happen, okay? I'm already feeling some tears, but This is the raw and real Rachel today. Doing something like YouTube has never really been an area of interest up until now. I know how, how valuable this platform is, but I will tell you, it is an identity shift. There is an identity shift that I am currently experiencing. And it's really hard to explain, it's hard to put into words, but it's just making sure that, again, there's intention behind these videos, that there's enough value for you to understand who I am, who you're watching, just to get a sense of this from a holistic standpoint on like what it is that, especially this traveling wellness studio, which I'm starting to get back into making plans on, which feels so good and it feels so in alignment. But man, it's just a different world. YouTube is awesome, and there's already been so much support in what it is that I'm doing that it's something that I want to keep pursuing, and I really do. I want to share the journey with you, not only from just like general life and like inspiration and motivation for you, but what's so important, I think, is the journey of creating the traveling studio. I want you on the ride with me. I want you to be on this journey and, help me make decisions when I need them, when I'm asking for your assistance, when I'm asking for your opinions. I'm totally open to recommendations, because here's the thing. I feel like there has maybe been a little bit of resistance, like internal resistance. Again, this is the type of stuff that I'm working to like process and transform within myself. But there are many times when I don't do something because I don't know what I'm doing. B, I feel like I need it to be as perfect as it possibly can. When I know that that's not reality, and like even now, I know that I'm walking and it's actually uphill. So I'm breathing a little bit heavily because walking and talking and all that jazz, it can be a little difficult. But this message is just so important that I don't want to lose sight of it simply because I'm breathing heavy. It's so silly. These just perfect thoughts, just needing to have everything be so perfect in order for it to be uploaded to YouTube. I'm even like thinking about some of the last videos I was doing. Oh, they're so good. They're really good. So go on and check it out if you haven't come across any other videos of mine. If this is the first one, hello, welcome. You're getting the real and raw version of Rachel. But there are some other really great videos, and can only go up from here. I obviously am my own worst critic. We all are. But I think just this resistance that has come up for me recently on getting back into, recording videos and whatnot. I know I'm going to get over that, and I know that it's just going to become second nature, and it's just going to be an amazing journey. It really is. I truly believe that. And all the while, I am just being constantly reminded by my higher power, my spiritual guidance. You will hear me say that a lot because I truly believe in the divine, in the universe, I believe in these higher frequency energies and how we're all meant to do something in this world and be something in this world that is going to change the way that we think, feel, and act, you know? And that's really exciting. And I know I'm on the verge of that, to be honest. I really do. I was going through this activation sequence through the gene keys with some of my really, really close girlfriends. And the last part of that activation sequence was all about your purpose. And it was so freaking timely. Just with where my thoughts have been, where I've wanted to take my life, just really diving in on a deeper soul, like rooted meaning behind purpose. And we as a society can get so wrapped up in a purpose being this thing that we do and that we put out into the world. I'm here to tell you, this has shifted my perspective so deeply going through this program. Your purpose is not what you do. It's who you are. It's what you become. It is how you are being in this world. And so for me, my gene key was all about how I have a way of doing this for myself. I'm able to go from a lower frequency of unease and move to clarity, which is the highest essence, the highest vibration of the gene key. And I move from unease to clarity through intuition. And the more you get to know me, the more you're going to get a better understanding of how I work and have a relationship with my intuition. This could be the intuitive body, the intuitive messages that I receive. Sorry, it's a little buggy out here. But also through just that internal knowing, you know, the inner wisdom, the inner guidance that we all have. So, knowing that my purpose, this is just so profound for me. Knowing that the highest energy of my purpose is clarity, this is the exact reason why the traveling studio is a thing. This is why I keep coming back to this concept of the studio, is because I am not one to tell you what your intuition is saying. My role, my purpose in this life is to help you to find and seek the clarity that's already within you so that you can start to trust your own intuition on your own and not be seeking external validation from anyone else. And so by doing practices like meditation and breath work, to have a space, to have a spiritual oasis, this environment that I am really, really looking forward to creating, giving people access to this type of facility, this type of studio, and to do this work alongside other people. When you can get in a group of like 10 or 12, and you're all focused on setting one container for that session, when you are all breathing into that one intention, the energy is so potent that there is not only healing going on within you, there is healing going on within the world. It is that expansive. I'm going to turn around here. It is that expansive of energy that I don't think we realize exists in simply being still with ourselves, being present in the moment and setting an intention. And when it's a collective intention, oh boy, lives will change. You will sit in that studio and you will find the clarity that you already know exists within you. It's a remembering. It's a remembering. And when it comes to having meditation sessions for corporate wellness programs, there is something so beautiful about meditation and breath work when you are trying to make decisions within your organization, when you're trying to make decisions about something within your job. Decision making, there is so much clarity that comes when you are just present with yourself. It's so freaking beautiful. And listen, I could go on and on and on about this, but this is ultimately the clear reason why the studio is going to be in existence, is opening up this space and this environment for you to be able to reconnect with yourself, for you to breathe into the moment, to learn new breath patterns that's going to ultimately help you integrate a lot of change and transformation just within your daily life. That is how potent and beautiful the energy that you can receive through breath work really is all about. It's going to be so amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be able to bring this thing into the real world. The thing is it's like, this idea could have totally, over the last month and a half, it could have totally just died. It could have just completely come out of my subconscious, my purview. Oops, sorry if I just hit the mic. But it hasn't. This is happening. And while it's going to be messy, while I'm going to be learning so many lessons along the way, while I'm going to probably fail a lot, this is where encouragement from you, motivation from you, just inspiration to keep moving is going to be so important. And I know that it's not all I need, because this encouragement and motivation and inspiration also needs to come from within. And you're going to see, more than likely, those times of struggle when I'm at a loss, or there's just this direction that needs to be pursued that, again, I don't know how to do it. To be honest, it's first starting with how to fund this entire project. So many different ideas and thoughts that I have been contemplating over the last several weeks, and just how to get this entire concept that's been living in my mind onto paper to be able to share it with others in like maybe a business plan format or something similar. There's so many different ways that I have been thinking about how to fund this, and I would be open to your recommendations, to be honest. Put them in the comments if you have any thoughts or ideas, or if you offer coaching for businesses, for startups, on how to gain, that first initial bit of capital to pursue this type of concept, this idea. Because honestly, the moment that there is any kind of funding to actually go get the shuttle bus, that's the first step. And I haven't really shown you which ones I've been looking at yet. I can do that maybe on the next video. But that's the first step. Is really honestly just to have this in my possession, this shuttle bus in my possession, so that there can be, next steps on the conversion. And so that is just where I'm at. Okay, that is where I'm at. That is where I know that I've also got to work through quite a bit of like money blocks. It's like this internal energy around how I view money. And if this is getting too out there for some of you, that's okay. But we all have a relationship with money. And it could really stem back from your childhood and how you know that your parents handled money. Did they talk about money to you? Did you have any idea as a child how you and your parents and your family were doing financially? Or were you just along for the ride and went on vacations or got certain gifts or what have you? There's just so many different factors when it comes to your relationship with money. And so for me, I really have to start focusing on really first how within my body, within my nervous system, that I can start to feel safe knowing that I can be the first multimillionaire in my family. That's a biggie. How to feel safe in my body, knowing that I can expand, that I can do this traveling studio and potentially have it scale to multiple studios. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like feeling safe in that knowing. Feeling safe knowing that I can handle more money coming in, more income flowing in, and feeling safe doing it along the way. And that comes with breath work. That comes with meditation. That comes with stillness and an understanding and a knowing that it is possible for me. And working on this fear, this resistance to that expansion. Because this is in my life. This concept, this idea is a part of my life now. And it is absolutely for a reason. It's because I feel like the universe, God, source energy is saying, you have the power to bring this to life. You will build the confidence in yourself along the way. You will have ups and you will have downs, but you will meet incredible people who want to help you. And I think that's the most beautiful thing, is just keeping this trust in the process, surrendering to what is, and just allowing myself to truly be along for the ride. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here along the way. And I know this journey has just begun. I know that this is my 4th or 5th video ever trying to just describe the reality of where I'm at as an entrepreneur, as a person, as a human, just going through what I'm going through. But this is happening. I think the other internal battle that I've been going through in my head has been, it's kind of this ego versus angelic energy, right? So on the one end, my ego is saying, you've got to turn this around. You've got to just get this thing out there. Go ahead and buy this thing and then see what happens. Get a loan and then do this, do that. And it's like, there really isn't this intention behind it like I want. And so that idea is more from the ego, more out of fear, because I want to have this thing out there. I want to have the studio available to people as soon as possible, of course. But there needs to be intention behind it. Because then the angelic message that keeps coming through for me is how by moving slow, you're actually moving fast. Meaning, with the intention that comes with this project, with the intention that comes through making moves that need to feel good, that is the way that I want to do this. And so it's just really starting to build trust in this process, and it's starting to like allow me to change my perspective and the way that I view this whole journey, that it's going to become something. It is going to come into fruition, all in divine timing. And I do trust that I am held. I do trust that I am taken care of. And I fully believe that this is happening, all for my best good. We are coming up to some friends up here, so I'm going to let you go. But thank you so much for being on this walk with me, listening to this real and raw story about where I'm at. But there's more to come, and I love you guys so much, and I'm so thankful for you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys.